Hello, my name is Ulysses. I'm from Cerritos College here in the financial aid office. I'm one of the outreach coordinators. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about financial aid today. Some really good information we had today from our school relations. But I'm going to get into the important part because a lot of people want to do things, but there's one thing to want to do something, there's one thing to actually pay to do that. So we're actually going to show you guys today how to actually get your education funded through financial aid and maybe even potentially go to school for free. So today we're going to talk about Financial Aid 101, Easy Steps to Cash. It really is that simple. It is easy steps to cash. So there are actually 5 different types of programs for financial aid. The first one and the best one is the grants. So anytime you see the word grant, it means it's free money straight towards your education that you do not have to pay back. Sometimes you do have to pay back, like for instance, if you start school and you go to school for a week and decide to drop your classes, of course you have to pay that money back because financial aid pays you in advance to go to school. But if you go to school regular and you complete your classes, all that money is free for you guys to keep, and it is a need-based grant. Okay. From there we have the fee waiver. The fee waiver will basically pay for the tuition. So if your tuition is paid for, then that grant money will go to you guys to help you guys with your books and supplies, whatever you guys need to be successful in college. From there, we have a work study. Work study is actually one of the great programs they have for financial aid. So work study, you actually get paid through financial aid to work for the college. Some of the jobs are on campus, some of the jobs are off campus, but there's no other better job to have while you're going to school, because of the fact there's no other job where you can go to school, then go clock in and go to work, and then go back right to school, and you have like a 5-minute walk from your work to your school. There's no other place you can do that. Plus, they also work around your school schedule as well. So, if you have finals coming or something like that, you can actually take that time off, and they don't have a problem with it, so you can actually study, because the whole reason behind the federal work study is so that you can have that extra supplemental income so you can actually be successful in school as well. Okay. From there, there's the loans. Okay, anytime you see the word loan, it's money you do have to pay back. So, if you do need it, the loans are there, but if you don't need it, don't take out a loan to buy a Gucci purse, because, you don't need that. But, if you need it, for your schooling or something like that, the loans are there available for you guys. And then from there, we have scholarships. So scholarships are limitless. Some scholarships are different. Some of them, you have to write a bio about yourself. Some of them you have to do letters of recommendation. It really just depends on the scholarship. So, there's millions of scholarships out there. Basically, as long as you apply to them, you can actually get that free money. So for financial aid, you want to complete it every single January. So pretty much right after New Year's, after you're done partying the next day, hangover or not, you want to go ahead and apply for your financial aid. Okay, and then when you apply for your financial aid in January, it's actually going to cover the upcoming fall, spring, and summer semester. So you do it every January for the upcoming fall. And of course, you want to submit it at least by March 2nd, and because that's our priority deadline for the Cal Grant. From there, these are different types of financial aid grants you guys can qualify for. The first one is the Pell Grant. That's that free money I was talking to you guys about earlier. So that's anywhere between $588 to $5,775 for this upcoming year for 2015-2016 FAFSA application. And then from there, there's the Board of Governors fee waiver. Right now at Cerritos College, it's $46 per unit. So if you take an average of 12 units, you'll be paying about $500 something, if I remember correctly. And then so that money will actually get waived if you guys actually qualify for the fee waiver. From there, we have the Cal Grant. So there's Cal Grant B and Cal Grant C. The requirement for this Cal Grant, you have to have a GPA of 2.0 plus submit your FAFSA. Not everybody qualifies for the Cal Grant, but you can submit it every single year until you actually qualify for it. So for the Cal Grant B, that's someone with an associate's degree in transfer. So basically, you can use it at the community college, and then when you transfer, you can actually use it at the university as well. Okay? From there, they also have the Cal Grant C. That's for certificate programs. So if someone wants to go to school for cosmetology, they will qualify for a Cal Grant C, and that's generally, it has to be a 2-year program, like a community college. Okay? From there, we have the Federal Supplemental Education Opportunities Grant, the SEOG. Basically, that's an extra $400 It's for applying early and on time. All you have to do is be a need-based student and maintain at least 6 units. So basically, that means you have to qualify for some type of Pell Grant and also have 6 units. And they give you an extra $400 just for doing your application early and on time. So if someone says, I'm going to give you $400 just for doing my application on January 1st, I'll do it, no problem, just because that's $400 in my pocket. So I definitely urge you guys to do your application early and on time. From there, we have federal work study. So federal work study, get up to $5,000 to help you guys work, so it can get you some extra money in your pocket besides the grant money as well. Okay, from there, there's also the Chafee grant. That's up to $5,000 as well. That's for anybody who's foster youth after the age of 13. So if you guys know anybody who's foster youth, or you guys foster youth yourself, you definitely want to apply for this grant. And at Cerritos College, we do have a link program that's actually designated just for this grant to help out our foster youth students. So if you guys do qualify for that, please see us afterwards. And then from there, we have the direct loans. So you get anywhere between $3,500 to $10,500 for the year. Once again, if you need the loans, they're there for you. If you guys don't need the loans, don't get in debt for no reason. Okay, so there's scholarships again. So there's, like I said before, there's thousands of dollars in scholarships out there. Some of them you may have to submit transcripts, personal statements, letters of recommendation. One of the great websites I like is fastweb.com. It's kind of like the eHarmony of scholarships. Basically, you create an account. It asks you a lot of questions about yourself. What's your religion? What's your race? What are you going to school for? And it pools all the scholarships that you may be eligible for, and then you can go ahead and apply for them. One thing with looking out for scholarships is that you do not want to pay for anything. So if you're applying for free money, you shouldn't have to pay anything. So make sure you guys watch out for that when you guys are applying for scholarships. Okay, so this is AB 540. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this, but this is basically for students who are not a U.S. citizen or eligible non-citizen, but they have completed their high school diploma here and at least have 3 years of high school completed. So they can actually qualify for the AB 540, which is also the DREAM Act. So it's a separate type of Cal Grant, but it's for the AB 540 students. And they must submit their DREAM Act application here by March 2nd in order to qualify for it. So if you guys do fall under the AB 540 standards, you guys definitely want to apply for the DREAM Act. They also have AB 2000, which actually, if you don't have the full 3 years of the high school completed here, but you did come here in elementary school or like junior high, that can actually count towards the 3 years as well. Okay. So these are just some of the documents you guys would need in order to complete your FAFSA. So if you need, you need to know your social security numbers, date of birth, and your marital status for like your parents and stuff like that. If you guys, some people don't know their socials. I know when I was 18, I didn't know my social. If you don't know your date of birth, I don't know what's wrong with you. But yeah, this is some of the information that you'll need. Once again, you must apply for your FAFSA every single year. Don't forget, because we have a lot of basically sophomores come in and they say, "Oh, I applied for FAFSA last year." Well, no, you have to apply for every single year, or else you may receive your money late. And then once again, please submit your FAFSA before the March 2nd deadline. It's just better for you guys because you guys will potentially qualify for that Cal Grant. Okay. This is the 4 easy steps to cash. Basically, step 1 is submitting your FAFSA application. We'll go more into that later. Also, after step 1, you may have to submit additional forms, like your high school diploma, maybe your W-2s. Maybe you want to see that Social Security card. So, you guys definitely want to keep an eye out that. Follow up with your school of choice, whatever school you guys decide to go to, and make sure, do I need to submit my social? Do I need to submit my high school diploma? Go there and ask because, like I said, a closed mouth does not get fed. So go ahead, make sure you guys go ahead and ask. And then from there, you get your award letter, so they let you know what you guys qualify for. And after that, the best part, you guys actually receive the aid that you guys actually went through all the steps to apply for. Once again, it's very important. If you do not complete step 2, your financial aid will not get completed. So if you go to the financial aid office and said, oh, I submitted my FAFSA, but they just needed your high school diploma, and you never turn that in, you're not going to get that aid come the first day of class. You're going to be in a really long line, and you have to wait all the way through that whole line to get to the front, basically, for us to tell us that, we need your high school diploma. So for step 1 is basically apply. So you want to go to FAFSA.gov. Now they also have another website called FAFSA.com. Definitely want to stay away from that website. They actually charge you $75 for something that's absolutely free. So one thing with submitting your FAFSA, they actually have this data retrieval tool. So this is where a lot of parents and a lot of students have problems completing the FAFSA because it asks for income information. So when they say, on your 1040, what's your adjusted gross income on line 37, and I'm like, what? What's that? But with this data retrieval tool, it actually will pull all that income information for you and put it on your FAFSA, so it takes away basically almost the hardest part of the FAFSA for you guys. Okay? From there, there's also the DREAM Act application like we were talking about earlier. You want to submit it out of the caldreamact.org. So you either do one or the other. You're either a FAFSA student or you're a DREAM Act student. You do not do both. And then step 2 is submit the forms. So for Cerritos College, we actually have your My Cerritos portal. And right there where it says on the side, it has the to-do list. Anything you see on that to-do list, if you do not complete it, your financial aid's put on hold. So make sure that to-do list is completely gone, have everything turned in so that you guys can receive your aid on time. This is very important. Apply early, avoid delays. So for instance, in January, you want to submit your application. And then from there, and February, of course, if you haven't submitted it by February, you need to submit it already. And then March 2nd is the Cal Grant deadline. So definitely submit it before March 2nd. And then between March and April is when you have to go and submit the additional forms, like the high school diploma, social security card, if needed. So not everybody has to submit those forms. It's only if the financial aid office requires it. And then in July, we're actually going to go ahead and award you guys, to let you guys know what you guys qualify for. So when we award you, you can go, okay, so I qualified for the max amount of Pell Grant. I get that $5,775. I qualified for the fee waiver. I don't have to pay for my classes. But what if you don't qualify for the Pell Grant? What if you only qualify for the fee waiver? So that means you have to go ahead come July and budget yourself for the fall so you can save money to buy your books. So that's why we give out the award letters in July. So come August, when the fall semester starts, you guys can actually have that money available if needed to pay for your books. Or, maybe you qualify for all of the financial aid and you don't have to save that money. But it's definitely, as an adult, you definitely want to go ahead and budget your money. And then in August, the best part again, basically receiving that actual aid. So there's actually limits on financial aid. Right here on the very bottom, it's called the 600% rule. It's a lifetime eligibility used. Basically, they give you 6 years to complete your bachelor's degree at full-time status. So full-time status means 12 units in the fall, 12 units in the spring. Right? So that's full-time for the year. Right? So you can do that for 6 years straight in a row, and that will be the lifetime eligibility used. Okay? From there, there's also the satisfactory academic progress. You have to maintain a 2.0 to maintain good standings with financial aid. And you also have to have a 70% completion rate. Now, I understand that, sometimes you guys may have a bad semester. Sometimes, things don't go right. Mom's in the hospital or something like that. Maybe you have to work extra to pick up some bills. But if you guys don't maintain these standards, they actually will put you on warning for one semester to let you know, hey, you got to pick up those grades, or hey, don't drop as many classes. And then after that, if you guys continue on that same path, you guys will actually get terminated from financial aid. So, but if you guys bring your grades back up, then you guys can go ahead and be back in good standings with financial aid. Okay. And then from here, we have the EOPS program. This is basically the Extended Opportunities Program and Services. It's an extension from financial aid. Basically, all you have to do is qualify for a BOG A or a BOG B, and that's basically the fee waiver, which we were talking about earlier. And for the very first semester, you have to be full-time status. So afterwards, if you guys, decide to take less units, you guys can, but that very first semester, you must be in full-time status. One of the great things about EOPS is priority registration. So if anybody who has gone to college before knows priority registration is very important, because that means you're able to get your classes before the person next to you. And what does that mean for you? That means you get to have the schedule that you want. So if you have the schedule that you want, you're actually going to be more successful in school, because you're not having to go to school in the odd hours like someone else might have, because they can't get that class, but they need that class in order to complete their associate's degree. That's why the priority registration is very important. They also offer book grants. They give you a $150 book grant, basically just to buy a book. So you don't have to use that Pell Grant money. You can actually use the EOPS book grant. And what does that mean? That's more money in your pocket to use whatever else you guys need for your schooling. From there, they also have the CARE program. The CARE program is actually a program for single mothers or single fathers as well. It's a really great program. Actually, this last Christmas, they had a really big party for everybody in the program. They invited Santa. They gave a toy to all of the children, because it's single moms and single dads, and they got to take a picture with Santa. So, every year, if you guys have kids, you guys know how the picture with Santa is very important. So it's actually helping them, because, number one, they don't have to pay for that picture with Santa. They get it through with the school. Plus, they got to go to a nice little party, and plus, they got some free food. They also offer counseling. Counseling is very important as well when you go to college, because if you don't go to counseling, you don't know what classes to take. So you may, take random classes you don't need to graduate. And what does that mean? That means you're staying longer in college. So you don't want to do that. You want to get in and get out. Because at the end result, the whole reason we go to college is to make more money and be successful. So that's why the counseling is so important, because if you all go off track, you're going to make a 4-year program into a 7-year program, and you definitely don't want to do that. They also have the AIM program, the Achievement in Math. This program is actually really great. They actually help you all the way to Math 80, and they actually pay for all your books, plus they give you a graphic calculator and free tutoring to complete all of the math requirements at Cerritos College in order to receive an associate's degree. Okay? And for you seniors out there, they also pay for the cap and gown. So you guys know right now, you guys are paying for that cap and gown out of your pocket, or asking your mom or your grandma to pay for that. When you actually qualify for the EOPS program, they will actually pay for that cap and gown as well. And we also have the Summer Bridge program. For the Summer Bridge program, they still have some openings. Actually, you take an English course and a counseling course during the summer sessions, and you actually get part-time employment plus free books, priority registration, and field trips. So this is a really great program too as well, just because of the fact, some of our EOPS students who went through the Summer Bridge program actually still have their job now, and actually using that job to help them while they're going to school as well. And then this is some Cerritos College financial aid resources. One is actually you want to go to the school's website. Any school you go to, you want to visit their financial aid website, because it's going to have all of their information. What do you need to know about financial aid? What do you need to know about their financial aid at that school, so you stay informed? Okay? We also have financial aid TV. So a lot of people don't like to read. So it's kind of like a YouTube for us to inform you guys on financial aid. So if you're that type of person doesn't like to read, I would definitely recommend the financial aid TV. And some people are like to hear and see that person talk versus to read on a piece of paper. The comprehension is a lot easier that way as well. And then from there, if you guys have any questions at all, you guys can always contact us. We actually have a contact that you guys can actually email us with any questions we have, and we actually will get back to you guys. Another one is a really great website, the studentaid.gov. Basically, anything you need to know about financial aid, go to that website. That website's really, really great. And then the California Student Aid Commission, that's also for your Cal Grants. You guys definitely, if you guys want to apply for the Cal Grant, you guys definitely want to get familiar with that website as well. And then from here, if you guys say, okay, I like the information I heard, what do I do next? Well, the next step is actually to go and apply for your financial aid. you want to go to this Saturday workshop we have, we actually will go there and sit with you guys and make sure you guys do your application correctly. So we're actually going to be here on April 18th and 25th from 9 a.m. to noon, and those are both Saturdays. So you guys, definitely urge you guys to go out there, come see us, so we can help you guys apply for your financial aid. Okay. Other than that, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, Cerritos Fin8. To keep up to date, we have a lot of our workshops go up there, a lot of great information regarding financial aid go up there. So definitely follow us on Instagram. Other than that, you guys have any questions? No? He said, how much does it cost to go to Cerritos College? I was saying before that it's $46 per unit. So depending on how many units you decide to take, basically it's 46 times the number of units that you're taking. Yeah, so like since earlier, a full-time student, I believe it's like 500 and some change, if I remember correctly. And then once again, if you qualify for the fee waiver, you won't even have to worry about paying that balance. It would actually get covered through financial aid. At Cerritos College, you can always come see us in the admissions building. Earlier, she had in her presentations all the different associate's degree programs that you can actually look at. But basically, and also you want to go to our website. Like I said earlier, definitely go to our website so that you can look at all those careers. And then, as far as being classes open, we have something called Schedule Plus, what actually gives you up to date. It's real time. It tells you what classes are open, what classes are closed, what classes are wait list, and you guys can use that to go ahead and pick your classes. Oh yeah. So the question was, he doesn't have time to go to school during the day because he's he works. And yes, the question is, yes, we do offer many different courses during the night, during the weekends. Like I said, once again, that Schedule Plus, you can actually go in there and click on weekend courses, and you can click on online courses, and it'll actually sort it for you. And basically, you just want to make sure that you take the classes towards your major, and then from there, you can look at each class, and I'll tell you when the class is offered, what day it's offered, what time it's offered, so and you can set your schedule before you actually go ahead and do it. Yeah, basically the question was, if you want to go to Cerritos College, if you wanted to get enrichment courses, basically to basically just learn something just because. Yeah, you can actually go to Cerritos College. We have ESL courses. Some students go to school because English is a second language. They want to increase on their English better, so they actually go there to enrich their English. No, financial aid would not be available for the enrichment courses. You would have to go towards a degree program, like a certificate program or an associate's degree program. So there is other fees besides the $46 per unit. There's also the health fee. And that actually is to use the health services on campus, and as well as your ID fee. So you're looking at about $29, $19 for the health fee, $10 for the ID fee, and then of course, you have to pay for your parking pass. If you qualify for a fee waiver, the parking pass is $30. If you don't qualify for a fee, $20, and if you don't qualify for a fee waiver, it's $30. Okay. The parking pass, isn't you a discount? Yeah, you get a discount. Yeah, all those fees are not covered by the fee waiver. You just get the discounted parking with the fee waiver. Now, if you are a college graduate, it'll still be $46 per unit for you, and you can also still qualify for a fee waiver as well. You just wouldn't qualify for the grants like the Pell Grant. Yeah, and you can also qualify for loans as well.